Listen to this. In 2013, then President Uhuru Kenyatta went against his earlier declaration that he will not have politicians in his cabinet, appointing 3. After his re-election in 2017 and following a reshuffle, he reduced the number of technocrats, appointing 8 politicians to different portfolios. And as President William Ruto unveiled his cabinet nominees on Tuesday, it was apparent that more political players, including some elected leaders, have landed some plum jobs. Our very own Chemutai Goin now looks at possible reasons why technocrats are seemingly losing favour as cabinet secretaries.
It was a new dawn for the country in 2013 when President Uhuru Kenyatta abandoned precedents set by his peers by appointing politicians to serve in cabinet. Out of the 22 constitutional provision, he selected only 3 politicians, Charity Ngilu, Najib Balala and Kazungu Kambi, only to appoint Mwangi Kiunjuri a little later with a warning that they should cease politicking. In 2017, however, technocrats were seemingly edged out, as it appeared the establishment needed political steel to counter the opposition's onslaught at the time. With the law barring cabinet secretaries from engaging in politics and with the need to reward political loyalists, some who lost in the election, the position of Chief Administrative Secretary was created, where many of those trounced in the 2017 polls were housed. More often than not, they were seen to be the political voices in the respective ministries they were assigned to. When President William Ruto unveiled his cabinet lineup Tuesday, it was clear that more political players had been co-opted, 16 politicians making it to the list, among them leaders elected in the August election who are now set to resign from their positions.
Politicians have a way of not being shy and calling it as it is, because that is the profession they've found themselves in. And so they're most likely going to articulate government achievements, government agenda, policy in a louder way than we did manage in the last 10 years. Not to say that there was anything, very wrong with the bureaucrats, but when you're a bureaucrat, you have a way of being measured, you're very cautious, you're very alert. You care about what people say about you.
Cicely Kariuki, who served in retired President Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet in 3 dockets, health, water and public service, says President William Ruto may have learnt a valuable lesson from his predecessor's 10-year term.
Kenyans are actually quite impatient. They have huge expectations. They have been overpromised. And therefore, you have to engage them from day one. Your cabinet must be able to get out there and engage Kenyans, manage their expectations, but also communicate what it is that the president and his government are delivering. So I think that it was a genius way of viewing his cabinet.
President Ruto's cabinet wish list has also been criticized for failing to incorporate youth and persons with disabilities, and also failing to fully attain his 50% gender pledge.
We are 47 counties. There are only 22 cabinet positions. How do we balance off this? We balance off this by ensuring that we have principal secretaries who report to the cabinet secretaries coming to represent the areas or the ethnic groupings that feel like have been left out. We deal with the youth agenda and the gender agenda by looking at cabinet, not just the 22 cabinet secretaries and 1 attorney general. We must look at the totality of what constitutes the presidency.
With his first term expected to have very close scrutiny, many wait to see whether his choice of a politically leaning cabinet will have better fortunes and facilitate efficient and effective management of government affairs. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV, Nairobi.